that's what I am. I'm a Discord and disruptive weirdo dork. I hope this sounds like some words that like this is I'm just singing in a room. See, normally I have music playing that I can hear. I know there's music that I think all of you can hear. At least I hope you can all hear it. But right now it's just my voice. It's just I can't hear it. So it's just me singing here. All right, I'm gonna pop on. Give me just a second, everybody. Woo. Yeah, that light is not very nice to me. So let me fix that. That's probably better. That's better. I look. Ooh, this lighting is not very flattering, but screw it. All right, hello everybody. Hi. It's been a hot minute. There's the music. Now I can hear that in the background. Let me know how the sound's going and if I need to turn anything up or turn anything down. Hello, my sexy dork friend Rowan. Hello, everybody. Oh! I have to wait for my corona. Nanny, sorry, I'm going to say your name wrong, but Nanny Begale. Apologies if I said that wrong, but I'm sorry you have to get a COVID test. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad at least hopefully I can give you some distraction and everything. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Joel. Hello, the mighty Jinjo Joe, Miranda, Sleepy Void, Molly, Lewis, Randy, Moose, Law, Street, Miranda, by Discourse. Hello, I like that name. Super Desi. Hello, my super sexy dorky friend as well. Why do you look? Well, I'm dressed up nicely today because I'm filming. Well, I'll tell you all about it. I'm filming something kind of exciting today that I'll tease a little bit. But I was filming today. My room is literally all decked out in certain like stuff, and so that's why I look kind of nice right now. Though this lighting doesn't do me any it makes all the like wrinkles in my face is just all kind of messed up. So I need to fix that off. I need to get a much more flattering light, as it were. But yeah, no. Welcome everybody. Sorry that it has been a hot minute since Oh, thank you, Miranda, for saying congrats on 200K. I'm very excited. I was wanting to get to that for a very long time. Next, a million subscribers soon. But yeah, sorry that it's been a hot minute since I've done a live stream. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Just to give you all the quick notes before we just hang out. And by the way, for people who don't know, this is just my Hangout stream. Once a week or so, I just hang out for about an hour. We chat about whatever you want to chat about. I give you hearts, you give me super chats, but also I just try and answer things with stream. So I'll catch up on what's going on with me for a little bit, but then otherwise we just talk for a while and just hang out and whatever anyone wants to talk. Cyberquaker, it's been a hot minute since I saw you, friend. But yeah. First off, I just want to say sorry again for not having done a live stream in a hot minute. There's been a couple different weird things going on, all generally positive. So last week was the reason I didn't live stream last week was actually for negative reasons. One, as many of you know, I have a big video coming out that's now on Nebula and my Patreon if you're there, about J.K. Rowling and the Hogwarts Legacy stuff, as well as many other things besides. It's gonna be my last video on J.K. Rowling. It's a big video that I'm not proud of the subject, but I'm glad to just have it be like out there and done and be this big thing that's like I'm never gonna talk about this woman again, at least not specifically. I'm sure she'll come up in other conversations tangentially. But anyways, I've been dealing with a lot of issues with that behind the scenes in terms of it getting copyright claims and monetization. Generally, copyright claims are good. Warner Brothers is being a jerk about it. And so it's been hard to get the video out. I'm going to release it tomorrow regardless, but it's not going to be monetized. So hopefully the algorithm does well in it. And also it sucks I'm not going to be able to get paid for the video, but c'est la vie. Blame Warner Brothers for that. So the video's going to go out tomorrow because I just want it out there. I think it's important to get out there, and it sucks that it's not going to get monetized, but there you go. But it'll be out tomorrow. But the reason that I didn't have a live stream last week was because of that. And then also, as many of you know, I do stuff with GameSpot. And unfortunately, the day that I did live streams last week was the day that a bunch of my friends were let go from GameSpot. So that was kind of, I wasn't really in a mood to do anything. There was just mass layoffs over there that I'm not allowed to talk about too much other than it just sucks. And that's about all I can say about it. And so yeah, so that was just not a day that I could really talk about much and say much. So that's why I didn't do stuff then. And then the week before, I don't want to say, I'm not allowed to say too much about it either, but the week before I didn't do a live stream is because some exciting things have been happening. Part of the reason I am dressed up today, and if you watch the Harry Potter video, I tease it at the end there, is I have a big project that I'm working on behind the scenes that is going to be coming to a big moment next month, and I'll officially announce it at the end of next month. I tease it at the end of the J.K. Rowling video, but next month I'm officially announcing it. It's going to be a big thing, and so I'm filming some stuff for it because it's going to be a big project that I'm working on with some cool people that I'm very, very pumped about. Sorry to be, you know, I'm not sorry. I'm always the tease, but I'm just very excited about this project. It's kind of a dream come true project that I'm very pumped about. So you'll find out next month about it. But that's what I'm filming. But also, people saw too. I saw some people that it's fine that it won't be monetized. This is what I let. Thank you for saying it won't. Sorry, it's not gonna be monetized. It sucks that it's not gonna be monetized. My biggest worry. I mean, number one, I would like to get paid for the videos that I do, but this is why I have Nebula and this is why I have Patreon. Like, I don't have to worry about monetizing my videos because I have those outlets. Now, would I like to be able to so I can help, because I'm paying Aeronaka is my co-writer on it. I have an editor on the video. I want to be able to pay them, and I do pay them regardless. But like, the video getting monetized helps me pay for more of those people to get paid and me being able to hire them down the line. And also for myself, I would like to get paid for the stuff I do, but that's why Patreon and Nebula exist. So that if these things happen, it's not going to devastate me that it's not going to be monetized. The bigger thing that I'm worried about more in terms of the monetization is that WB that it won't do well in the algorithm, and that WB is causing that. So I blame Warner Brothers, specifically not YouTube, on this one. There's other things that I blame YouTube for, not for this. But I blame Warner Brothers, and I hope it does well in the algorithm regardless. So want to be able to pay people for the labor, get myself paid, and like have the video, more importantly, get watched. Because I worry that if the video is not monetized, it won't do well in the algorithm. But anyways, one other thing that people saw, and yeah, Aeronok is amazing. Oh, Aeronok and I are working on some other videos. This is separate from the project I was just teasing, but Aeronok, amazing. Everyone should go give a follow to Aeronok's channel. She just quite literally got on the BFI list for best video essays of 2023. Her video essay on queer liminality, or not queer liminality, that's a video we're working on together. Queer temporality. I think it's queer temporality. Got nominated for one of the best video essays of 2023 by the BFI. So like, go follow her. Like, get on the ground floor of her work because she's freaking amazing, and I am honored always to be able to work with her. Like, she is so cool and amazing. We got some projects that we're working on that I'm very pumped about. So yeah, no, Aeronok's amazing and did an amazing job in that video. And I was very thankful for her doing that. Anywho, but yeah, other things too before I get to the super chats, because I saw a bunch of super chats and I want to make sure I get to them. But just one other thing, I'm just updating you on my life. I'm going to be in LA at the beginning of next month because I got invited to the Star Trek Picard premiere. I will straight up thank, like, legitimately, Terry Matalis, who is the showrunner of Star Trek Picard Season 3, quite literally reached out to me and was like, would you like to come to the premiere? And I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to the Star Trek Picard premiere. I'm going to hang out with Patrick Stewart. We're going to be best buds by the end. Like, quite literally. By the end of the day, I'm sure, like, I will sit right next to Patrick Stewart. He'll look up and he's like, Jessie, what did you... I don't know why I sound like Sean Connery. This is my Patrick Stewart impression. Jessie, what do you think of Star Trek Picard Season 3? I kicked ass, didn't I? I'll be like, yes, peace too. Yes, you did. He and I will be the bestest of buds. I'm sure. I bet you I won't even see the man. We'll like... I probably, they're gonna have like a red carpet thing. I'm sure I'll go in like they like have all the Trekkie nerds that they're bringing to the event off to the side, like go in the side entrance. And then like, I'll just see him at like a distance and that'll be it. But I'll be in vicinity of Patrick Stewart, which will be pretty fun. So it should be a cool time. So I'm very pumped about that. It should be a fun time. But yeah, no, I'm honestly more excited because I heard like Sean Farrick over at Trek Culture is gonna be there. And I adore Sean. Patrick Stewart owes you $50, Vera. That's amazing. Also, hi Vera, good to see you. But no, Sean Farrick from Trek Culture and a few other Trekkies that I know from online. Like I know Starfleet Boy's gonna be there, who I adore Starfleet Boy as well. I've actually met Starfleet Boy in person. I've given him a hug. But Sean Farrick and I have done a bunch of stuff together. We've talked together and hung out a little bit online, but we never actually met in the same room because he's over there in the. I believe he's in. I know he's Irish, but I'm not sure where he's based. But he's over, over in Europe area. And I just never been able to actually see him. So I'm very excited. I'll be actually able to give the man a hug. Sean is absolutely wonderful, amazing. So I'm earnestly way more excited to be able to say hello to Sean than I am to actually get a chance to meet Patrick Stewart. So it should be actually wonderful. I will tell Sean hi from you, Vera. It should be amazing. Cause yeah, Sean's great, and Sean's done stuff with Vera as well. Nader, congratulations. By the way, thank you so much for saying congratulations. Thank you, Nader Tot. Everyone go subscribe to Nader Tot. His channel's wonderful. I meant to share out your video. I will share out your Puss in Boots video, Nader. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will share it out after I watch it. But anyways, oh, Christy, good to see you too, my friend. Night Just Bikes, good to see you as well. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? It's been a minute. We got to meet a few weeks ago, and it was just nice to actually get to meet you, see you on here. Nice to see you, my friend. All right. So I just want to get to quick super chats because I've already missed a few, and I just was ranting about my life and stuff. Hopefully I didn't miss too. I probably missed a few already that have gone away. But I just want to give Ted heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Carlisle listed a file heart to you, my friend. He said, "Can I get some words of kindness from you in the chat yesterday?" I say, "Oh, I'm sorry about your dog, Jasper." Carlisle, I'm sending you love. Sorry about that. I've had to put down a few loved pets in my life, so I know how that sucks. So Carlisle, sending you some love, my friend. Catching up here, making sure my stream stays live. Let's just see. 255 AD, heart to you, said, "Are trans people more in danger in the UK or US?" I mean, this is a conversation that we can get into the granular details. I will say my heart goes out to my trans siblings in the UK right now, because the UK has been very clear that the UK government itself has been very clear that it is now actively hostile to trans people. It has been so for a while, but the very fact that they just they overturned the Scotland's Gender Recognition Act. They used their power to literally turn over the Gender Recognition Act that the Scottish people themselves passed, is absolutely horrifying because it showcases that they're willing to use transphobia to basically overturn the will of democracy and the people and representatives, which is absolutely horrifying. And that's ultimately what transphobia is used for. People in power use transphobia not because they earnestly are transphobes. They are transphobes, obviously. But they're using it as an excuse to do anti-democratic action, which is why we talk about things the link between fascism and authoritarianism and hatred towards minorities like trans people and Jewish people and other things like that. So that was one thing, and then I believe recently they also just conflated. They passed a law that says you can't house trans prisoners in a women's prison, trans women in a women's prison, but also conflating trans women with sex offenders, which are two very different things, but they constantly see trans women as predatory. So, yeah, I will say to argue which is worse at the moment, I would say UK is probably a little bit more dangerous right now because the government is very clearly hostile. But what I will say is, and this is a dark thing to say, is that those things that are happening in the UK are very possible here in the US. We're seeing it in many different states around the country. Similar things, sometimes even worse things than that around the United States happening. In different bills literally being passed trying to ban being literally trans in public, as I believe we saw in West Virginia and Tennessee, I think, try to pass bills like that saying you can't do drag in public, but drag, they include trans people. So it's you can't be trans in public. Which is absolutely horrifying, disgusting, and authoritarian. So yeah, it is not, I don't think it's worthwhile to compare which is worse. I'm saying it's all bad, and we have many different fronts on the battle for fighting for trans liberation and trans rights around the world. But yeah, my heart goes out to my friends in the UK because it's very clear that the national government there is very targetedly anti-transgender at the moment. I did hear about the M&M's controversy, Miss Wicked Wolf, and it's stupid. It's stupid, dumb nonsense that people are using to distract from real issues. So I'm not going to talk about the M&M's controversy because it's dumb. It's the same thing with that Xbox controversy. They're just using it to culture war nonsense that isn't really meaningful about anything to distract people from actual issues. So yeah, the M&M's controversy was dumb. Though I am here for a gender fluid M&M. I'm always here for it. Give me my gender fluid M&Ms. But yeah, no, the controversy around it was stoked by people intentionally stoking stupid stuff. Mama Paige, thank you for the contribution to the video. Thank you, Mama. You're lovely. Lee Allen, heart to you. Sending you love. You are a light in the dark, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Everyone here is a light in the dark. You're all lovely and amazing, and I appreciate the kindness you send my way, but all of you are exactly the same as me. I'm just the dork who dances for you on a screen and hopefully tries to say good things that help people from time to time. But all of you are also amazing as well. What's therapy? Heart to you. What is up, my fellow gamers? Heart to you. What's therapy? Sending you love. Catching up. What did I miss? I'm making sure I catch up on some super chats. Contribute all that. Super Dizzy, I missed yours. Heart to you. Said, so very glad to see you hit 20K. You earned all the sex. Your sex and videos video is super good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I'm the sex in person. For those of you who didn't see on GameSpot, speaking of GameSpot, you know, the hierarchy of GameSpot aside, the people who work at GameSpot and editorial are amazing, and they helped me put out the sex in video games, the history of sex in video games video yesterday, and there's another video coming next week that I'm very excited about that'll be going out on that channel. So please check out those, because those are past projects, and there was a little bit of a fight to get those out in the way that they're going to go out. Because, you know, it's a big platform and we're talking about sex, so I'm sure there was a lot of eyes on the video, let's just say. So I'm very proud of what I was able to make on those platforms. So if you can, check out that video, because I'm really excited about it. And so thank you, Super Desi. Mwah. Sending you love, my friend. Let's see. And let's see. Adrian, heart to you, said, I always consider myself aromantic, but this year I have an online roleplay partner. I mostly play as female, like in my part. I mean, I'm not here to define that for you, Adrian, but like, if you're having fun exploring your sexuality in different ways and using the internet to like roleplay different genders that you may not identify in real life but want to like roleplay online or in different spaces, that's totally fine. I think it kind of depends on how you wish to identify, really. I'm not the arbiter of who belongs in the LGBTQ community, nor is anybody, really. I think it's kind of how you feel about it as you explore. So, hell yeah. Stay Hump 10, heart to you. You said, hey, Jess, do you know Leonard Nimoy was in a Transformers film? By the way, I do know he was in a Transformers film. He was in 2, actually. He was in the really bad Michael Bay one, and then he was in the animated one as well. So he was actually in 2, so of course he was. Favorite Transformer? To be fair with you, I'm not a big my friend Grace Moore, who does like Star Trek stuff. She's on the podcast Women at Warp, and she's like a really close friend of mine. I adore Grace. She's a huge Transformers fan and will rant to you all day about Transformers. Like, she will literally give you presentations on Transformers. I only know like the Michael Bay movie, the big animated movie, and then like snippets here and there of stuff. So I am not the best person to talk about Transformers. I should, because I probably would really like it, sans the Michael Bay stuff. But if I had to pick one, probably Starscream. I stand my like angry little like wimpy boy. Yeah, no, Starscream seems like a fun one. But again, I'm not the biggest Transformers person. I probably should be, because again, I would like it. But let's see. Redank 12, heart to you, you said, any advice for someone starting a weight loss journey? I know you have some personal experience. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I used to weigh 320 pounds and now weigh around 160 or so, oscillate somewhere in that vicinity. And I will say for me, so I want to be very clear on this. Like, for me, that was a good thing to do because it was healthy to... The reason I was that weight was because I wasn't taking care of myself or my body. I didn't care about myself. It was all before I came out. And the reason I started losing weight was because once I came out as trans, I started caring about myself and my body more, because I saw my body could be something that I wanted it to be. Until that point, like, I was like, why do I care about this body? Because it's not something I wish to take care of. It's not doing anything for me, so why do I care about it? And so because of that, I wasn't taking care of myself. But what I will say too is that there are many body weights that are healthy. For me, that weight was not healthy, and where I'm at now is a much healthier weight. But there are people who weigh the same weight that I weighed at my heaviest, that are incredibly healthy and fit. So weight doesn't necessarily correlate to health. So I want to be clear about that, number one. And I think number two, it's about, like, when you're talking about weight loss, I think it's about creating a plan. For me, I will also be clear that, like, the way I lost weight was not always healthy. I did undereat a lot. I won't want to talk about it here, but I do have certain feelings about my eating habits, which are not very healthy. And I'll probably talk about that in a video or something, or talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it too here. So first off, it's about creating a healthy plan for yourself to lose weight. And then like start slow, you know, maybe just like work on choosing better foods to eat, go to the gym a little bit more, and ramp up slowly and slowly. Like, don't start too hard too fast, because you're just going to burn yourself out and you're not going to want to do it anymore. So do it slow. And I also think being forgiving of yourself too. You're not going to it's not going to be an easy straight path. It's an up and down path. You know, right now I've gained, you know, I said earlier I weigh 160 pounds. I've actually gained a little bit of weight since the end of last year. And that's actually kind of made me feel a little bit bad about myself. And I'm trying to work about being like, no, it's okay. It's okay to feel, to gain weight, lose weight. You're never going to stay at a static weight. No one does. You change weight literally during the day. And so I think it's just being forgiving with yourself, working to stay healthy, and just taking it slow, and yeah, and just finding what fit means for you, because fit does not mean weighing whatever the BMI 150 pounds says. You know, fit can be many different weights and many different shapes and sizes. So yeah, I think that's yeah, exactly. So I think hopefully that was good advice. So also cardio is fun. Aaron, thank you so much for saying congrats on 200K. I love you. Thank you, my friend. Catching up on some super chats. Sorry, I'm missing some of the chat too. So I'm seeing everything in the chat. I'm just kind of reading super chats and answering super chats. Congrats on the 201K. Thank you, Brian. Congrats for not only 200K, but all your success there. Well deserved. It's a tough 2023 for me already. Your videos make me laugh. Thank you so much, Miranda. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a very up and down 2023. There's been a lot of good so far, a lot of bad so far. So it's been up and down. But overall, things are going positive for me personally. But the world itself seems a bit down. But there's always hope. So, and I might as well, since I just mentioned it here, I say something here, because I've seen a lot of people feeling down lately. Like, I've seen a lot of people being like, the world sucks and it's awful, and like things are going in a dark direction, and climate change. Yes, those are all things that are happening. You know, there's a lot of things that scare me in government right now in the US, the UK. A lot of anti-trans bills being passed or being introduced. A lot of other things too, anti-Semitism, racism, a lot of things going on right now. I mean, mix all climate change into that right now. And I will say that I do struggle with staying hopeful and positive in all of that. I'm sure all of us do. It can get really, really tiring and depressing. And that's okay. You know, it's okay to feel sad and depressed about stuff. I don't want to tell people it's not. But I also want everyone to remember that there is always, always hope. We always have each other. We always have someone to fight for. As long as we are here and we are like being with each other, there's always someone to fight for and something to fight for. As long as you have that, then there's hope. So never give up hope, and never give up hope in each other, and that there can be a better future. Even if there's going to be tough times ahead, there's always something to fight for on the other side of that, or through that, or for that. So yeah, it's important to just remember that. But it's okay also to feel down. Like, if you're down, it's okay. It's like it's an okay place to be. It's an understandable place to be. But know that there is hope too. 255 AD says, so I want to argue the U.S. is technically worse because of state power, but I'm resisting the impulse because of what you said, residual nationalism. I mean, like I said, I think that there's, like I said, I don't think it's worth arguing which is worse. It's more arguing what do we do together to fight on these different fronts, and what battles do we want to put our energy towards. It's ultimately, I think, a point in this game to say, like, the U.S. is worse than the UK, because then you could always make, like, the comparison game always ends up being like, well, there's always this. You know, I'm sure there are things for trans people in you know, different countries around the world are much worse than it is in the US or UK, and that's absolutely true. So I don't think the comparison game is a particularly useful one to play. It is more, these are the battles that we need to fight in different places. What do we prioritize? Where do we put our energy? Who do we stand with? Where can I be right now? Who needs me right now? Those are, I think, are more useful questions than which is worse. So, Lily Hazel Eyes, how do I start playing video games? I need to do something this summer after college. But numerous different ways. There's so many. Oh, Lily, that's a long question I could answer, but like numerous ways. Play on your phone. You know, I'm not a big phone game, but there's if you're just looking for an easy introduction, your phone has a lot of games. You can find some good ones. Don't get into like the microtransaction-y ones. Those are silly. And just want to get your money. But there are some good phone games. You could also get like a Switch. I find generally Nintendo games are some of the more accessible ones. Not that there aren't accessible ones on like PlayStation, but like Nintendo Switch is cheaper. The games are generally more accessible for newer players. Yeah, I would say like a Nintendo. It's also, you can check up a bunch of games on computers too, if your computer can run stuff. There's plenty of like simple ones, like Undertale's a fun one. Like there's a bunch of like easy games that like you can just jump right into that I think are really cool to like get into. So yeah, there are numerous ways, but the easiest way I would say is like either your phone, a Nintendo Switch, or like look up beginner games is the wrong word, like, you know, starter games. Like Mario games are generally really good, are good places to start, I've found. You know, things like that I think are always good. Just don't start with Dark Souls, or do start with Dark Souls. That's the best game to play first. Which, by the way, I'm getting a tattoo, and I'm gonna get a Dark Souls tattoo. So there you go. I'm getting a new tattoo, and I've decided it's going to be a Dark Souls one. Holly, hard to you. I think. Oh, I just lost that super chat. Where did it go? Here. Holly says, "Congrats on 200K. Back in May, I sent a super chat about starting HRT. Currently on 8 months. Congratulations! Hell yes, Holly. Congratulations on doing 8 months of HRT. That's absolutely wonderful. It's been a wild ride, but I'm doing so much better. I wish the best of luck for the future in the channel. You deserve it." Well, thank you, Holly. I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I'm so happy for you for being in HRT for 8 months. I hope things are going well, and that it's all turning out everything you wanted to be. But yeah, Holly, that's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, Elden Ring isn't a terrible entry point for new players. It's a little bit harder, but yeah. Congrats, James. James says, James on the Voiceless Dragon says, congrats to 200K PS. Yes, Matrix Resurrections rocks. It's amazing. Hell yes. I'm with you on that. I will die on that hill. I already made the whole video about it, so go check out the video, but I've had this argument on Twitter so many times. People are like, "Oh, Jessie says Matrix Resurrections is good," as if like it's some sort of like knock against my critical ability. And I say this, I will die. Like there are many hills that I will not die on. Like there are takes that I will have. Like I am like, Last of Us 2 I think is better than Last of Us 1. I think that's my opinion on it, but that's not a hill I'll die on. Like if I can hear the arguments the other way, I'll be like, yeah, no, I get that. I will not die on the Last of Us 2 is better than Last of Us 1 hill, for example. But the hill that I will die on, at least pop culture-wise, that I will die on the hill of Matrix Resurrections is good. I will fight to the death on that hill. I will take down everybody. It'll be like the 300 Spartans, except for it's just me fighting for Matrix Resurrections. So yeah, I think it's yeah, I think that's I will die on that hill. Hontus Farmer Heart, you say, congratulations, your voice matters, keep it up. Well, thank you, Hontus, I appreciate that. You are lovely, and I appreciate your voice as well. Not quite as amazing, Jess. Well, heart to you. You are amazing. You are better than this, Jess. I can tell you that. Not quite as amazing, Jess. I don't know which Jess you're comparing yourself to, but it ain't me, because you're better than me. Mwah, love you. Let's see. 255 AD. Oh, someone said, have you read any good Star Trek novels lately? Have I? I mean, the best one I read last year was the Una McCormack Star Trek Picard novel, which was fantastic. I'm blanking on the name of it, but if you just look up Una McCormack Star Trek Picard novel, either of them, there's The Last Best Hope, but there was one that came out last year about Raffi that was really good. Recommend that one highly. For some reason, I'm blanking on the title. But I also just picked up the Star Trek Prodigy. There's like some young adult Star Trek Prodigy novels that just came out, and actually both are really solid. They're young adult novels, so they like took me like a day to read, not even. They're like only 150 pages, you know. I just bought them because I'm trying to buy every Star Trek book. I'm trying to complete the collection. So, yeah, I think the Star Trek Prodigy novels were both really good. If you're looking for like a quick, fast read, I know they're young adult novels, so like they're not like meant to be like the deepest novel you'll ever read, but I think they were really solid. But if you're looking for like a deep one, I would recommend the Una McCormick novel. Second Self. Thank you, Mighty Jin Jojo. I appreciate you. Yeah, the Second Self novel. Do you get what I mean by residual nationalism? No. When you were talking earlier, 255ID, heart to you, by the way. Not in terms of the context you were saying. I mean, there's many ways I could talk about, like, residual nationalism is that a philosophy that has, like, a specific meaning? Because I could see it being, like, oh, we have, like, oh, we just want to see U.S. as the worst place because, like, we are United States, and even though, like, I'm very much, like, the United States sucks, there might be an element of, like, sort of nationalism or ethnocentrism in the sense of, or not ethnocentrism is the wrong word, but nationalism in the sense of, like, yeah, the U.S. has it worse because, like, we're the best at everything, even transphobia. It depends on the context of what you mean. Joanna, hard to you? Trying to reject nationalism. Yeah, that also could be, like, trying to reject nationalism. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Oh, well, not just bikes. Well, thank you for stopping by. It was good to see you, my friend. Enjoy your voiceover and have a good sleep. And thank you for the congratulations, 20K. Everyone goes to, not that you need me. You're much bigger than me. But everyone go subscribe to Not Just Bikes. He's amazing and wonderful and an absolutely wonderful human being. And we had amazing conversations. It was great to meet you and talk to you. So, yes, please go subscribe. Not that you need me. Not that you need me. But if anyone's not subscribed, go subscribe. So, let's see. Joanna said, this is my final week at a job I've had for 6 years. I'm so glad. I needed to leave, but it's scary, too. A big change. Anyways, here's some money since I'll probably be short of... Well, Joanna, take care of yourself. I appreciate the super chat, but please don't give super chats if you want to make sure you're saving money. But, like, that's amazing, though. It is... I have been in that position a lot, where you are at a job and you know you need to leave it. But to do, and it's exciting to leave it, but it's really scary too because it's a big change. You don't know if it's going to work out. I had that when I started doing YouTube full time. I was working in the Museum of Pop Culture, and that was my full-time job. And jumping to do YouTube full time was really scary. It meant leaving a job that I really liked to do something that, like, I also really liked and wanted to do more, but was all me, right? Like, if this fails, you know, it's all on me. So I hear you. It is very scary, but change is good and change is necessary. And I'm sure you're going to do amazing and kick butt and you're going to kill it. And I really believe in you. So yeah, congratulations, Joanna. I know it's scary, but you're going to be amazing. I'm sure of it. Oh, thank you. Lachlan, apologies if I said your name wrong, but you said you just found my content from the Dave Chappelle video and so forth. Well, thank you, Lachlan. I appreciate you. Mwah. Send you love, my friend. You are absolutely amazing. Oh, yes, I agree with you, Molly. Life is Strange is a great... If you're looking for good games, Life is Strange Season 1 or Before the Storm are both great, but I would even recommend Life is Strange True Colors. If you haven't played Life is Strange True Colors, it's an amazing game. I just bought that. That was actually my Christmas gift to my sister. I bought my sister Life is Strange True Colors for Christmas, and she adored it. And she's much more of a casual gamer, and she loves that game. Kirok211, you said, hey, Jessie, love your videos. Just watching your rankings of Star Trek series. Even though I rank DS9 as number 1, I'm more shocked to learn that Enterprise was on your... I'm curious why that is. So, to be fair, if I was... you're talking about the video that I did that I ranked my favorite Star Trek shows. That was a list of, like, shows where they resonate with me. And I even said in that and that was not, like, one that is, like, qualitatively the best. If I had to, like, say which Star Trek shows I think are, like, qualitatively the best, Deep Space Nine wins hands down. Like, not even a question. And then after that, it would probably be a fight between, like, Next Generation, Lower Decks, and Strange New Worlds and Prodigy. Like, those four would probably duke it out for number 2. But Deep Space Nine is, like, head and shoulders above all of them. But in that video specifically, the thing that I was going by is, like, these are my rankings of Star Trek shows in terms of what they mean to me personally. And I even said, too, like, any other day, I would rank these differently. The top 3 Star Trek shows to me personally, like, these are the ones that resonate most with me personally, Deep Space Nine, Lower Decks, and Enterprise. Those are my 3 personal favorite Star Trek shows, easily. And the reason I put Enterprise at #1 at that moment was because Enterprise was the Star Trek show that I jumped into. I got to watch week to week. I think it is like the ugly duckling of the Star Trek franchise that everyone sort of forgets about, but forgets all the great that's in it too. And so like I have a lot of personal feelings, resonances with Star Trek Enterprise. But as I've gotten older, I feel like Deep Space Nine, I would actually change that list up and probably put Deep Space Nine or Lower Decks higher. Deep Space Nine I think is qualitatively the best, but it's also a very like queer show, not just in like in terms of like there are characters in it that can be read as queer, like characters like Jessie and Dax, who I resonate with, but also like it's a show about like outcasts from society, finding that they are actually very important, even though like in Starfleet they're sort of seen as the second fiddle. Even within the franchise is seen as second fiddle, and yet it turns out they're the best of all of them. And it's sort of like they're an eclectic group of people that weren't like meant to be like a family, but they become a family, as opposed to Next Generation or Voyager, where everyone sort of like is a crew to begin with. Even on Voyager, where they had the Maquis, which should have been a bit more misfit than Deep Space Nine was, but turned out not to be. But Lower Decks too is also my personal favorite because it is a show that is so earnestly optimistic. It has just an excitement for friendship and community and joy, while also having a love for the future and a love of Star Trek. And I like that show, like Lower Decks, is like in terms of its spirit is just so something I vibe with so hard. Like, it matches me in my enthusiasm for Star Trek. It matches me in my enthusiasm for caring for others. It is earnestly hopeful and optimistic about the future in a way that, like, even other Star Trek shows, which are sometimes very earnestly, like, joyful, are not. Like, Lower Decks is just so earnest in its kindness that I just adore it to death. So, like, Lower Decks, I think, is personally my favorite. So. Let's see. Let's see, catching up on here. Ian, heart to you. I'm sorry, Patreon. Well, I'm glad Patreon didn't charge you because you got to keep some money, but I appreciate the support and thank you so much, Ian. Mwah, I appreciate you. Mwah, thank you, my friend. In domestic, heart to you, congrats on 20K. Mwah, thank you so much, my friend. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. Mwah, love you. All right, caught up on the super chats, I believe. Cool, all caught up. Cool. What should Newt get for 200K? Get Newt some sushi. Oh, I forgot, before I forget, because we're getting closer to the latter half of the stream, I wanted to show off some Christmas stuff that I got. I didn't get a chance to show it right after Christmas, because I didn't have it yet, but it finally came, so I'm going to show you some stuff I got for Christmas. So, for Christmas, I got this Matrix. Look at this little Keanu. He's got a little Keanu. Little Matrix Keanu there. He's the one. My little metaphorical trans woman protagonist. So I got that. I just wanted to kind of show off some of this stuff. And then I got this is from my brother. So this is a Prancing Pony jug. Look at that. It's a Prancing Pony jug. They come in pints. It's just my Lord of the Rings fan is freaking out about that. And then also, oh, and James, thank you so much for super chat. A heart to you, my friend. And then this is the king of it all, and you'll see why. This is a giant Aragorn doll, and you probably can't tell how big it is based on the camera, but like, keep in mind, this is my head. This is how big this thing is. This thing goes down to below my boobs right now. Like Viggo Mortensen goes above my boobs. Like, I think it's probably like 1/4 scale. He's huge. Got a giant sword and everything. So this was just really cool. I still haven't figured out exactly where I'm gonna put him. He also looks very angry. Yeah, I don't know how I angle. He looks very angry in this. So I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put him. But he's very, very cool. But yeah, I have no idea where I'm actually gonna put this guy. That was from my mom, so that was a cool gift. I just don't know where I'm gonna put him. So yeah, it's not a sharp sword. No, it's like a plasticky sword. So, it is a very scary facial expression, Cappuccino Crafts. So yeah, I just wanted to show those off. Figured I'd show those off as well. Oh yeah, I saw the Abigail. I saw the Dead Space reviews have been really, really cool. I'm looking forward to playing it. I was excited for the Callisto Protocol, but apparently I didn't get a chance to play it because I was busy at the end of the last year, so I didn't really get into it. But I heard the Vigo Goat Morrison goes to my boobs. Just thank you, Lewis. But so I didn't get it because the reviews are kind of meh on it. But Dead Space, I played Dead Space a little bit when I was in college, but I got busy during college and never finished it. So I was waiting to replay it with the remake and then play probably Dead Space 2 and 3. So yeah, I'll be playing Dead Space remake soon. Maybe I'll play some on stream if I get a chance this weekend. So yeah, no, I'm excited for Dead Space, the Dead Space remake. No, Dark Excalibur said if you're a big fan of survival horror games, did you play Signalis? No, but I bought it and it is on my list of games to play. In fact, I was hoping it was going to be my next game to play, but now Dead Space is out, so I'm probably going to play Dead Space first, then Signalis. So I will play both, but they're both on my list. But yeah, I own Signalis, I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. Like, I bought it, I just haven't played it yet. Cyberquake, are you familiar with the Cavernacle? He posted a good video on the Hogwarts boycott today. Yeah, no, I am familiar with the Cavernacle, and I think he does really good work. He does, what I like about the Cavernacle is I think he does, like, really good and comprehensive, quickly released videos. Like, he is able to take a discourse that is going on and create a fairly comprehensive video, like, really quickly, which I think is really effective. Like, I think he does a great job. Like, he's not always as deep as, like, a longer video essay might be, but that's, again, the different types of content. So, like, I think he does a great job of, like, making fully comprehensive discussions around a topic relatively quickly. And given the amount of time that he sometimes gets those out, I'm, like, always impressed by how comprehensive he's able to be. So, yeah, no, I think Cavernacle is generally pretty good. I haven't watched every single one of his videos, so I can't speak to, I'm not, like, speaking to every single one of his views. But generally, I find, like, his videos are really, really good. And find him to be a really, really good creator. So if I'd recommend him, at least from what I have seen of his work. I can definitely recommend him. Jessie, I'm a closeted trans, and when your videos have helped me figure myself out and combat my internalized trans. Aw, thank you, Al. I'm sending you love. Always have optimism, and thank you. I'm honored. You are amazing. One of the 9 tips on making video essays. I'm thinking of making one and would love some advice. I mean, it depends. No, you're never gonna get perfect on the first try. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at, and I can definitely do like I need a copy editor bad on my videos. Is my next sort of big thing, to shorten them down and remove some redundant words and things. So copy editing is my big thing. But other people have different struggles. Like, I think just play with the format. Know that, like, you're gonna learn as you go. You're gonna find your strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, editing is my like script editing, not like editing it. Like video editing, I'm good at. But like script editing and like being concise is generally my issue. Because I tend to be fully comprehensive, which can be good, but then it makes 3.5 hour long videos, which aren't great for bite-sized stuff. But yeah, so like we all have strengths and weaknesses. So as you learn to write video essays, like look for your strengths, look for your weaknesses, look to try and improve your weaknesses and shore up your strengths. Like and know that you're never gonna get it perfect, and you're always gonna be learning as you make video essays. So yeah, that's just those are generalized advice that I could give. So. Paul, Jesse, you're going to try to make 1 hour videos. Yes. Number 1, the GameSpot video that I released today was 30 minutes, so you can check that out. It was short. And then tomorrow is my big JK Rowling video. It's going to be a long one. But then my video in February will be an hour. It's tracking right now, and looking at the edit, it's tracking right now to be about an hour and 15 minutes. So, shorter. An hour and 15 minutes is short comparatively. So yeah, no, so I think bye Christy, have a good night. It's good seeing you. So yeah, no, it's I'm gonna try and do shorter videos but more concise videos. So my goal this year, just to let you all know, my goal this year is to make, I said this in my first video of the year so far, my video after JK Rowling video, my video this year is to make bigger videos less often. And by bigger, I don't mean longer. I mean bigger in terms of bigger production. Like, for example, without spoiling what it is, I have a big project video essay. I have another big project that's going to be separate from YouTube that I'll announce next month that I was teasing earlier. But I have a big project separate from that is going to be a big video essay that I'm currently working on with some people that we're going to be filming in specific locations, and we're going to do some fun things. So it's not just going to be me in my room here. I'm actually going to go some places to do some filming, and it'll be kind of cool. We're going to do some cool stuff structurally. So my goal this year is you're going to probably get less of my videos. So right now, currently I have planned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. I have 6 videos planned for the year. That includes the J.K. Rowling video. So I have 6 videos planned for the year. I'm sure I'm probably going to do at least 2 or 3 more. But they're all, of the 6 that I have planned, they get increasingly more ambitious. So the one next month will have some cool, ambitious stuff in it, but it will be fairly like a straightforward one. Then there's going to be something weird and wacky in March. And then April is going to be the big video that I've been teasing right now. That's going to do some really, really big stuff. And then I have 2 videos, one of which is my Sex and Deep Space Nine video, which I also want to do some cool stuff with. I have ambitious ideas for. So they're going to get bigger and less often. Which is why, just to pitch it, which is why Patreon really helps. Because, YouTube and the algorithm are not going to be super friendly to that decision. But I want to be able to follow and make the things that I want to make and do some really cool stuff. And I'm lucky to be in a position to be able to do that because of all of you. And Patreon and Nebula lets me do that stuff. So yeah, that's the plan for the year going forward. I have 6 videos planned. I have some other ones that I'm thinking of. And it should be a lot of fun. And also better for my mental health as well, to not be constantly putting out videos every 2 weeks. Like, I'm focused on making smaller, more projects better, and not stress out. Speaking of amazing people, though, Zoe, heart to you. Zoe B just stepped in and gave a $20 super chat. Zoe, you are amazing. Everyone, go subscribe to Zoe. Zoe B is absolutely wonderful and amazing, and one of the best creators, and is also one of the sweetest people out there. She is absolutely wonderful. It's so good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Sending you all the love, Zoe. Everyone go, mwah. Also, Zoe, you need to be, I'm making you a moderator. I don't know why. Are you a moderator on this channel yet? You're going to be a moderator. But yeah, everyone go to Zoe B's channel because Zoe is absolutely amazing and wonderful and super kind and super sweet. Adore you, Zoe. Which, by the way, apologies. I know I sent you an email, by the way, to do a voice in a video. I was gonna have you be Ursula K. Le Guin for the J.K. Rowling video, Zoe, but then because you were like, we hadn't had a chance to connect, I had someone else do it, but I just want to let you know that I meant to connect. But Zoe, you are absolutely wonderful, and adore you. Maya, I'm so excited to see your J.K. Rowling video. I just did a presentation class on the harm she caused, and I took a lot of, oh, well, thank you, Maya. I hope you enjoy the video tomorrow. Forewarning, gonna give a forewarning to everybody here. Like, the video, if you have not seen it, it's already on Nebula and Patreon. If it'll be out tomorrow for everyone else. Forewarning, the video starts off as fun as I can make the topic at hand of rolling to be, but the video does get pretty dark as it goes along. Specifically, there's a contribution from Aronok in the video that is really hard. It was hard for me to edit and watch, and so I know it's hard for others. So be prepared for that. It is a rough video, so I just want to give everyone a fair warning on that. The first third of the video I try to make fun. So if you want to at least have some fun, the first third is at least a fun start. As fun as I can make a topic about a horrible anti-trans bigot who is harming the trans community. So, no, oh, 255 AD, heart to you. You said, did you fix the issue? No, I talked about this earlier, but no, Warner Brothers is blocking the monetization on the video. So, just to give you a little bit of background of that, just to tell you how I know what's going on. Yeah, Aronok's bit was super important, petite followers. So the video is currently not monetized. There's a weird glitch in YouTube's system that I do blame YouTube for, where it is normally when I contest, I got several copyright claims on the video for some Harry Potter clips that I used from Warner Brothers. And because of that, there's no monetization on the video, but I disputed those claims. And normally when you dispute the claims on that, you can still monetize the video and it goes into an escrow, where like the money will like save until like the things are worked out with copyright, and then you get the money or they get the money or whatever. Unfortunately, in the weird glitch with YouTube systems, it's not letting me monetize at all because of the copyright claims. And I uploaded 2 versions of the video. Both got copyright claims on it, but one I like uploaded the video and there was some like, I had a spelling mistake in there, so there was a second version. The first version I added that I uploaded that I contested the claims on, WB just denied all the claims today, which means that the only option I have is to appeal them, which I will do. But the appeal means if they deny me again, they either have to take me to court or give me I'll get a copyright strike, or they can take me to court. Now, I'm going to do that. They haven't done it on the video that I'm actually going to release tomorrow, but when they do that, I'm going to appeal again, and they will either turn it down, or they'll take me to court, and they'll give me a copyright strike. I am willing. The only reason I'm willing to take that risk is, I will be fair, Nebula supports me in being able to do that. So shout out to the folks at Nebula, because they allow me to take that risk, because they will advocate for me if that's the case, if something like that happens. Hopefully it won't get that far. Normally I found if I appeal a video a second time, they will back down because they don't want to set the legal precedent of like fair use copyright laws on YouTube. So if they take to court and I like win a fair use lawsuit against them, that sets a precedent of like how to handle fair use on YouTube. So they probably don't want to do that. So I've usually found when I appeal a second time, they generally will let it go through. But not guaranteed, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's one of those frustrating things where it is YouTube. YouTube gives way too much power to copyright people to abuse the system when there is clear fair use involved. And what's frustrating is YouTube has made it better, but it still harms a lot of creators like me who like get something like that, and they aren't able to. I'm not able to monetize the video. So all the views that I get tomorrow on the J.K. Rowling video, I won't get paid for, which sucks. But again, to the patrons out there, to Nebula out there, that's what enables me to do that, anyways. Because otherwise, I'd have to sit on this longer. But I just want to get it out there. So, but yeah. So shout out to all of them to helping with that. Hey, Ernock, speaking of the devil, we've been talking about you and how amazing you are. We were talking about your BFI. Recognition, the internationally acclaimed Aeronaut. We were talking about you earlier, and also your contribution to the J.K. Rowling video earlier. So yeah, hell yeah. Everyone go subscribe to Aeronaut, because Aeronaut is amazing and a fantastic creative partner and friend who I adore to death, and I am very honored to be working with. And y'all should be subscribing to her channel, because she kicks ass. So yes, please go subscribe to Aeronaut, because we were talking about you and everybody here was talking about how wonderful you are. I'm sorry. Don't get angry at me, Chloe. I promise I'll watch Conan. Don't hate me. It's just a running joke at this point, but I will watch Conan. Alright, everybody. Stream's winding down. I'm actually getting a bit tired. I have to go clean up a few things. I tried looking at your Patreon channel. Here, I'll share it. This is another annoying YouTube thing. YouTube breaks links. It's really annoying. I'll share it just because you were asking for it, but no one feel obligated to sign up. I just shared it because someone asked about it, but annoyingly, YouTube breaks links in the thing in the bottom of the channel, which is annoying. So, yeah, if you go to that site, it should be fine. But yes, everyone go subscribe to Zoe's channel. Everyone go subscribe to Aeronoc's channel. They're both amazing, and I adore them both. And they are some of the sweetest people you will ever meet. With that said, I'm going to wrap out the stream now, because we're hitting about the hour mark, and I'm getting a little bit tired, and I have to go eat. So I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to clean up from filming my video. Just quick announcements before we wrap out. Tomorrow, J.K. Rowling video. Please support it, especially since it's not going to get monetized. Please, if you can, just go give it a watch tomorrow. Give it a like. Give it a share so that it boosts in the algorithm, because that's my bigger concern with no monetization. While I would like to get paid for it, my bigger concern is I don't want the video to die in the algorithm. So please go support it tomorrow if you can. Especially for Aeronoc's bit. I've already teased it, but I have a big announcement coming next month. So be on the lookout for the video of next month, but that won't be until like middle of next month. So just be on the lookout for it. And then no guarantees, but I might try and stream this weekend. Some Dead Space probably. If I am going to stream, it'll probably be some Dead Space this weekend. And you can watch me scream because I'm a little baby when it comes to horror video. I love horror video games, but I'm a little baby when it comes to them. So all right, watch the J.K. Rowling video tomorrow. Oh, Sarah, good to see you. Everyone go subscribe to Sarah's channel too. But yeah, love you all, everybody. Live long and prosper. I will hopefully see you tomorrow for the J.K. Rowling video. Take care of yourself mentally. Know that there is hope and love and amazing things out there, regardless of terrible things going on, and that we fight the terrible things, but we always still have each other. And send you all love. All right. Good night, everyone.